Hey everyone, it's Kaylee. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you're not. I wanted to welcome you. I hope you enjoy all of the content that I produce. I publish new videos every Mondays and Thursdays. Just a little bit about me. I'm a writer. I'm an aspiring author. I'm working on publishing my first novel, which is a nonfiction novel called How Not to Be Just Another Freelancer. All about helping business owners become better freelancers, become, not just another statistic, but actually being successful in what they accomplish. I've also got another fiction book that's coming up, but I haven't officially announced that, so stay tuned for more information. This channel is all about helping writers and authors and everyone who wants to be in the writing or reading industry become better at the business side of it. It's to help you build your author platform. It's to help you build just kind of your corner in the online world. This channel is hopefully going to help you create an author platform, really establish your presence, really get a plan going for creating your stand as an author, as a writer. And this is kind of here to help you become just kind of the voice that your readers need to hear, the voice that your audience wants to hear. So I really hope you enjoy. Click the subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you join me every single week. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this type of content, and I'll definitely produce more. And I really hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Hey guys, welcome back. So I'm really excited for today's topic. We're going to be talking a little bit about 25 places you can go to find content ideas to grow your AuthorTube platform. I am in a different location. I'm actually at my desk, and as a writer and a creative person, everything is a mess, so ignore all of that. But we're in a different location today because my fiance is cleaning the carpets downstairs, and my bookcase is on the carpet, and so that means I don't get access to it right now. So we're going to be in my office for a little bit. But aside from that, we're going to be talking about these 25 locations. Now, these are places that you can go to find topic ideas. So say you have another AuthorTube video that you want to create, you've got some type of blog post, you want to create an opt-in, you want to, write a new story, you want to just create something to grow your platform. Maybe you want to fill out your social media calendar and you don't really have content to be able to share and post about. That's what these places are for you to go and find ideas. This is where you can go and you can find a new article to share and comment about, something that you can write a response to. These are ideas that you may want to actually create your own type of content from. And if you hear the little click-clacks on the floor, that is my dog. His nails are a little loud on this hardwood floor. Sorry about that. But so this is, you want to create an opt-in, but you don't really know what type of opt-in, what kind of topics you want to do. These are places you can go to create ideas. This is where you go to find the ideas. So these are 25 locations, and yes, I wrote them down because that's a lot of things to remember, and I don't want to forget for you. So most of these are free. There's a couple of them that may be paid, but it's kind of comes with the territory. And I just want to jump right in. So number one is going to be social media. And then kind of a number 1A is going to be Pinterest. These are great places for you to go to find new ideas for content. YouTube, Instagram is a great place. Twitter is a really good place for the writer, just kind of the writer industry, if you want to be in this this area, you go on Twitter, and that's kind of where ideas galore. Number two is your competition. go and find other people that you're in competition with. I actually have a video coming up later about how other writers are not your competition, but we'll get back to that. But yeah, you want to look at the people you are trying to emulate, trying to actually be a part of, and trying to just become, and you want to start doing what they're doing, emulate what they're doing, create the type of content. Now, of course, none of these are in any way, shape, or form a license for you to go and copy or plagiarize or take without their permission. You can take the topic ideas. You're going to take they decided to write an entire blog post on creating a character arc. You cannot take exactly what they say and post on your blog and say, hey, look what I wrote. You can't even take it and say, hey, look what this other person wrote without their express written permission. But what you can do is you can say, hey, I want to write about character arcs. Here are some ideas presented by this person. Here are my own ideas, whether I agree, disagree, or, are going in a completely different direction. So that's kind of the idea with all of this, is you want to look at other people, you want to look at social media, you want to look at just different locations to find and present your own opinion and own advice. So number 3 is going for books. Now, as writers, we love books and we have a plethora of books and there is no shortage. So you should be able to find a book that gives you a ton of ideas. Now, writing advice books probably give you a little bit more on like growing your author platform and more on the business side of writing. But any type of book will give you an idea. You just have to read some more. And if you look at the description box below, I have a video on how you can balance your reading versus your writing time. So go check that out. Place number 4 is going to be news articles. So this is, in newspapers, this is on websites, this is just news articles that are talking about a specific topic. So if you want to talk about marketing, you want to go and find an article about marketing and why marketing on Pinterest is the best place, why marketing on Instagram is super helpful. So you really need to look at news and just kind of the research part of it and use that to your benefit. Location number 5, industry news. So we're in the writing industry, but you may also be niched down a little bit. So you may be in the fantasy writing industry. You may be in the dark fantasy writing industry. You may be in the fantasy industry that goes off into I stopped talking. Okay. So yeah, dark fantasy and fantasy industry is about as low as I can go from there. But those types of news, like those types of industries and niches, they have newsletters. They've got communities. They've got support groups on Facebook. So go and find information on them. In fantasy industries, they have their own groups. Go and find information. They, present their news. So location number 6, I believe we're on 6, is workshops. So if you take any workshops or conferences or anything like that, any of the online workshops that you do, like email newsletters, webinars, those types of things, those are great places to find. Those are great places to find information and ideas and really build up your other platform from there. I think we're on number 7. So this is your own story. This is something that you started at some point. You wanted to write. You wanted to become an author. Where did that come from? Why did you decide that's what you wanted to do? Where did you get the motivation? What have you been through since you started deciding that? Since you've, worked through this whole process. So that's a great place to find ideas and to really get just kind of some content built out of your own story and your own life and your own journey, because people love reading about that. They want to know where you came from, why you're here, and just kind of why they should pay attention to you. So that's a great place to find some information. I believe we're on number 8. So online groups. This applies to pretty much all of these places, but online groups are going to be your best friend. They're a lot of fun to be in, especially if you're in the right one, but you need to find an online group, whether it be a forum, whether it be a Facebook group, whether it be a Twitter chat. Story Social with Kristen Kiefer is an amazing online group that you can join for free. There's no actual entry. But all of those groups are going to be amazing places. They're going to give you a ton of topic ideas, and they're going to give you a lot of information on actual, the content of it. So you don't really have to do too much research beyond that. Okay, we're on 9. I'm going to put the numbers somewhere here so that way you know what number we're actually on. But I'm just going to keep guessing we're on 9. So your audience is going to be probably the number one place you want to go to. So actually reaching out to the audience that you have now, going and talking and creating a poll and saying, what do you want to see from me? What would you like to, hear? All the comments down below are a fantastic place to put those ideas. So if you want to see something from me, if you want to hear it, put it down there. Okay, so number 10. If you are a freelancer, if you are a writing coach, if you do anything on the side of writing, actually talking to your clients and taking their questions and turning it into content ideas is fabulous. It's perfect because you don't have to do any work. You don't have to ask them questions. You don't have to wait for their responses. They're already asking you the question. And you already can, you automatically become an expert because you answered this question that they've been dying to know the answer for, and you did it in a public way that made your entire audience automatically assume you were an expert. It's a win-win. Okay, number 11. Blog posts. So if you follow a certain author, tuber, writer, if you follow a marketing industry expert, if you follow any of the big publishing houses, any type of blog that they put out, you can write on that topic. You can actually respond to that article. You can talk about the information that they gave to you through that blog post. So everything short of actually sharing and passing off the blog post as yourself, that's a good idea. Not the sharing the part. Doing everything else. That's the good idea. Just so we're clear. Just so we understand each other. Okay, cool. So number 12. 12? I'm having a hard time with this. I don't know what you're seeing. Magazines. So this is kind of where the paying, I guess, comes from, but getting magazine subscriptions, whether it be in the writing industry and getting a writing magazine, whether it be in something like dark fantasy, maybe a little geeky comic books, stuff like that. Getting those subscriptions and actually writing on some of the ideas that are presented in these magazines is a fantastic place to start. It's really easy to do it. And you get a lot of fun. Plus you get a magazine, and who doesn't love reading magazines? Okay, so 13. I really hope whatever way this... okay, alright, cool. So speeches. If you listen to TED Talks, you listen to podcasts, which is actually 14. I'm going to stop doing that. So podcasts, that's 14. But speeches, any type of TEDx talks, any type of conference talks, any type of podcast, that is fantastic places because they are just a plethora of ideas. Speeches actually present more than one idea throughout the entire speech. Podcast TEDx talks, there's a multitude of them, and they don't really ever stop. So you're never going to run out of ideas from those two sources right there. Okay, so 15 is Google Alerts. So if you are trying to find ideas on, we're going to go with marketing because that's the easiest thing for me. If you're trying to find ideas on marketing, you create a good Google Alert. Maybe you want a Google Alert on everything that says any article or any mention of the word marketing in the entire internet. I don't suggest that because that's going to be a lot of results. But I would kind of go a little bit more specific and do dark fantasy book marketing. And so anything with that phrase is going to show up in your email daily, maybe weekly. I think you get to choose. But I'll post a little link on where you can set up your Google Alerts and get all of that just kind of ready to go down below, so that way you have that. Number 16 is actually workflows. So if you are working on creating a workflow, if you are watching somebody create a workflow on YouTube, if you're trying to get your own workflow put together and you're watching somebody else's, you can actually create videos and content on your workflows. I don't know how to do a YouTube channel workflow. Well, let me just post a video for you. See how easy that is? That could be 4 different YouTube pieces of content for me. It could be something like my editorial calendar and creating it, creating my videos, how I record, editing my videos, and then actually how you upload on YouTube well. Doing the description, doing the tags, making sure that it looks pretty, those types of things, creating what's the cover art, those types of things. So really taking the time to create your workflows publicly is a really good content creator and ideas. And it's just going to overload you because there's going to be so much for you. Okay. What are we on? 17? A headline file. So this is what you create when you go around the internet and you find different headlines that you love. It doesn't matter if it was a YouTube video, if it was a Twitter tweet. Doesn't matter if it was a news article, a line in a news article, a blog, anything like that. You swipe the headlines. So that's why it's called a headline swipe file. You keep all of these information, all of that headlines in a Google spreadsheet, a notebook, Evernote doc. It doesn't matter where you keep them, but you keep them all in one place. That way, anytime you are hurting for ideas and you really want to find some more stuff, you go into that file and then you just kind of scroll along your headlines and go, which headline would I like to write about today? Which headline do I feel called to respond to or actually engage with? And that's kind of why headline swipe files are amazing. Okay, I think we're on 18. Google. This is obviously probably one of the most obnoxiously obvious ones, but Google. Like, if you want to start creating content, you're going to need to become an expert Googler. It's just going to have to happen. You and Google are going to be best friends. Not as much as you don't want it. So embrace it. Okay. What are we on? I feel like I just said 18. So we're going to do 19, potentially 19. So videos, AuthorTubes videos, any type of videos you watch, all of the YouTube videos. Heck, even if you binge watch Netflix, that can be giving you ideas, depending on the right show. But it could be giving you ideas for your story too. So, I mean, balance, right? So any type of video you watch, all of those dumb videos you watch on Facebook, those are fantastic ideas for creating content. Watching the dumb fail videos, which is my favorite thing in the world to do on Facebook, is an amazing piece because I can go and I can create a YouTube video or a blog post about the 10 best ways to get your character to trip over something. 10 ways that my character doesn't, showcase that it's clumsy. And you can really get into specifics with all of it. Or if you want, you can take one epic fail from that video, since they show you like 15 during each video, and you can really break that fail apart. You can create the actual written version of it and actually break down what it would look like on paper if your character did it, or somebody else's character if you really want to have an awesome writing exercise, plus create amazing content. Like, hello, who wouldn't? So those are great places to actually start with exploring your creativity with creating. We are on 20 now. Yes, 20. So webinars are a great place. I mean, all of these are great places, and I'm going to continue saying they're great places because it's a lot of fun to find ideas for all of this content. Going on a webinar and actually listening to somebody sit there and talk for an hour and a half about a specific topic really gives you the ability to create your own version of that topic. You can go in and you can say, I was watching this webinar and I was able to put together my own workflow based on this. I was able to put together my own opt-in because of this. This is the type of content I created. These are the ideas that sprouted out of it because of my character or for my character. So stuff like that. Those are really fun pieces to do because you get to learn and actually grow your business and learn business tools and tricks and tips and all of that. But you also get amazing pieces of content topics. It's a win-win. I love win-wins. They're fun. So I think we're on 21, 23. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're on a number. We're on the next one. So this is just business lessons. If you've been in the business before, it doesn't matter if this was a writing business, if this was just an online entrepreneur business. These are lessons, any lesson you've learned can be used as a fodder for content. I learned 15 great lessons from running my first online business. Here they are. That's an amazing piece that you can put on your website, that you can create a video on. Create how running my own online business helped me become a better author. Who wouldn't want to read that? I want to read that. I may write that. We'll talk about that later. But I mean, these are great things that you've learned that you can utilize to really improve your content and give more to your readers and your audience. Okay, so I have 3 more. I don't actually know what number we're on, but I've got 3 more. So life lessons. So just like business lessons, these are life lessons. You learn not to put your hand on the stove. Well, what does that tell you about not putting, your hand on the stove in business? What does that tell you about not putting, not doing dumb stuff? That tells you don't do dumb stuff. And you know what dumb stuff is in business. You learn about it. Everybody talks about it. Advice is everywhere. You know what dumb stuff is. This is how that lesson helped you. These are all things coming off of the top of my head, so I really don't know what I'm saying. But, I think those are good ideas for the top of my head. So my second to last, next one, whatever, content generators. I don't like this one, but if you are dying for an idea or a topic or something to write about, there are online content generators that can give you a starting point. The reason why I don't like them is because they're a little impersonal and they're very like computer generalized, that type of thing. And while they do their job, I'm not a fan. Okay, my last one is local networking groups. If you join a networking group, if you join a writing group, if you have critique partners, if you have beta readers, all of them are really great resources for you to be able to start finding ideas for your content to be made, okay? So it's going to be great. So take all of these ideas, start coming up with a plethora of topics, and I will see you guys here next time. Make sure you like and ring the little bell for the next time I do this. Comment below with the additional information you want to know, any comments or questions, and I will see you guys all next. Well, that's all, folks. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm so excited that you stuck around until the end. I really hope you come back. My videos post again every Monday and Thursday. Ring the little notification bell down by the subscribe button down there. If you want to get notified that I publish new stuff or when I publish new stuff. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment down below or shoot me an email, authorknj@gmail.com. I posted all of that information down below because it's super easy for you. I'm so glad you joined me today. I'm so thankful for everyone watching. Please feel free to come back, and I hope you all have a beautiful, bright, and colorful day. Enjoy! Bye!